with some soccer. I'm 21 years old, I'm 5'8", I'm a midget. And something that definitely helped me, you gotta understand that you're probably not gonna excel as well in the sport. So I'm just trying to be real with you guys, I'm just trying to keep it real.
Every 2 weeks, I was trying to aim for it.
Man, I am so bad. Yo, what is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another YouTube video. For any of you guys that are new here, my name is Levi, and for this video I kind of felt like doing, I would say, more so an advice video, kind of something that helped me get to where I am at physically, just because it's been a while since I've done a video like that, and I get a lot of requests about it on Instagram and even in the YouTube comments. Hold on, let me catch my breath. Alright, so in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys 5 things that I did as a teenager to put on, I would say, about 20 to 25 pounds of solid muscle mass. Alright, so here are my credentials right here. This is me at like 16 years old in January of 2017. My birthday is March 27th of 2000, so I was getting near 17, but I was still 16 at the time, believe it or not. So the first tip or suggestion I'm gonna give to you guys is develop, I would say, an active schedule. So if you guys are in sports, you guys are already at an advantage because you're already staying active, I would say, after school, because after school you go and you do your sport, and there's about 3 to 4 days out of the week, if you play a sport, that you go to the weight room, depending kind of on the sport you play too. If you're into, I would say, wrestling, track, and football, you go to the gym more often. So my suggestion is, if you're going to the gym for your sport and you want to put on some serious size, follow your own workout. Don't follow the workout that, you know, your coaches are suggesting to you, because your coaches are suggesting workouts to you. They're going to help you in that sport, not necessarily put on muscle or size. It's kind of where you have to make the difference. Do you want to be better in the sport, or do you want to actually put on some serious muscle and size? And then you also have to ask yourself, am I good for D1? Am I good for D2? But that's a whole other thing. Now, for those who aren't in sports, you can be at a serious advantage for this, all right? You might think to yourself like, oh, now I'm at a disadvantage because I said, you know, for those who are in sports, you're at an advantage. No, it's just easier if you're in sports because you signed a waiver. It's easy. It's scheduled out for you already. So if you're not in sports, what you can do is actually create your own schedule where you start going to the gym even more frequently than those that are in sports. So for me, toward my end of my senior year, I would say, or even kind of like my junior year, I kind of stopped playing sports as much. And after school, I would go directly to the gym, and I had about like 5 days instead of like 3 to 4 days out of the week that I was going to the gym. Now, for those that are playing sports, you might be like, well, am I going to be able to put on muscle enough, you know, working out only 3 to 4 times a week? Yes, you are, because I was able to do it. I was only working out 3 times sometimes out a week when I was playing sports, and I was still able to put on that size. That is going to be my first tip and suggestion to you guys on putting on muscle mass as a teen. Woo! All right, now that we're done with some soccer, we're gonna actually do a workout right now. So we're gonna be hitting back and biceps for today. So normally during my workouts, I just don't have a lot of time today. We leave for Miami tomorrow, so I'm trying to just squeeze in a video for you guys just so I have some content to edit on the plane, and I can get ahead of schedule and get a whole bunch of videos in. So for back and biceps today, what I sometimes do is, normally for like a pull workout, a lot of people will do just like back exercises first and then move over to biceps. That's typically what I do because I get a better contraction in each muscle group, I feel. I also feel like I'm working them better when I do that. So for this, instead of like, you know, hitting back exercises, I'll go back and then biceps. So straight from here, it's kind of like a superset. So every workout is a superset. I'll go right here for back, and then I'll hit this right here for biceps. And it ends up being like a 45-minute workout. It's just something that makes it a lot easier. So you can do the same thing with like chest and triceps, do a chest workout and then hit triceps afterward. But like I said, you may not be as strong in one of your lifts as the other, but we need some tunes right now. So I'm gonna turn on some tunes. We're gonna get working out because we're at the home gym today. Normally we're at the regular gym, so we definitely gotta get some tunes going. I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. Drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. Don't you think for the people that testify, back my stuff and leave sooner than this? Don't you think for the people that testify, back my stuff and leave sooner than this? My next tip and suggestion to you guys is to start doing your own research you guys definitely need to be doing your own research, because it's gonna give you like a core, or I should say a foundation of how everything really works. And you're not gonna just go mindlessly kind of working out, eating whatever you want for multiple years. Because you have to think about it. If you just spend 3 months of time investing in just kind of doing your own research on how to work out properly and how to eat properly, you're gonna save yourself a lot of time. Think about that. I know when you're young, it seems like 3 months is like forever, because it's like a quarter or semester of school for you guys. So like, man, that's like forever. Like summer, still like 3 months away. But trust me, it's a lot more just to invest 3 months instead of investing 4 years trying to figure it all out, because you're not doing the research just kind of in one sitting, I guess you could say, which would be 3 months.
I'm saying things I don't believe. The panic's rising up in you. Why won't you tell me something new? Don't you think what we want best? We fight myself and don't you think?
Okay, the book's not actually that heavy, but like I said, guys, you need to do your own research. And something that definitely helped me with doing my own research was this book right here. Now, my dad showed me this, so also I should say this too, because it's not like I found out everything on my own. My dad kind of also taught me. If you guys have seen my previous videos, my dad has been featured in some of them. He used to do bodybuilding, hence he led me down this book right here. Now, this book is really, really good, especially if you're a beginner or even if you're becoming advanced. I bet even some pros still use this book. Now, I'm not sponsored to do this book at all. I'm not sponsored to do shit with this book, but I'm just telling you guys about it. I don't know if I've mentioned about it in the past, but it's a really good book. So what it does is it kind of tells you some things to do as a beginner. It also tells you, nutrition. It tells you a whole bunch of things. So like, let's just say you wanted to target your upper chest. It'll give you a whole detailed thing about hitting your upper chest. It's like Arnold's own like bodybuilding encyclopedia. So the man, the myth, the legend himself, 8-time Mr. Olympia, literally did this book. Mine's an autographed copy, by the way. Yeah, I'll link the book up here. It's only like 35 bucks on Amazon. Definitely a good investment. I'm starving now. I'm gonna eat. I got like just a super rushed day, like I said, but I hope you guys are liking the video so far. If you guys are, be sure to give it a like. Comment anything down below you need to comment. If you guys have any more questions about this book, ask down in the comments, and I'm gonna go grab now. I wasn't gonna talk on camera with my mouth full because I have a tendency to do it on this channel, and I feel like it's really disrespectful to you guys, so I just chewed my food real quick, but I ended up talking on camera with my mouth full anyway. But the next tip and suggestion I'm gonna give it to you guys that I did when I was younger is, guys, I was literally eating a whole bunch of calories, because like I said earlier, a lot of you guys are in sports, and I think a lot of people forget that. Coach Greg will always point out how, even if you're like a teen, you shouldn't dirty bulk, because it's gonna develop a really bad habit with food. And the thing is like, you shouldn't dirty bulk, but you should also be aware that your calorie maintenance is gonna have to be a lot higher than what you think it is based on like a calorie calculator, because I think that's what a lot of people struggle with. Because I get a lot of messages all the time, especially with coaching, like, oh, I was eating this many calories, but blah, 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 I play basketball. And it's like, okay, well, if you play basketball or if you play football, and trust me, I've heard get on the line multiple times in my life, right? So when you're, in your sport, you're playing soccer, you're playing basketball, whatever it might be, like I was playing earlier, you're burning tons of calories. Like, I bet at practice, some of you guys are getting close to burning sometimes like 1,000 calories. So think about it. If you're taking in 2,500 calories and then you go burn 1,000, you're only getting a total day of 1,500 calories. That's eating at a deficit. So like, let me show you, because a lot of you guys also don't know about this. Like I mentioned just a second ago, there's a calorie calculator, and it'll tell you like all the calories that you need to eat and the total like, amount of protein, carbs, and fats that you should probably be eating at your weight. So I'll do mine. Should be the first one that pulls up on Google search. So you type in your age. So I am 21 years old. I'm 5'8". I'm a midget. I'm 168.2 pounds right now. I exercise about 4 to 5 times, and then you can, so like, let's say, you do sports right here. I'm gonna do very intense exercise daily or physical job. I didn't actually know this. So it does your maintenance weight, like how many calories you should be eating at maintenance, how much you should be eating for weight loss, and like mild weight loss and extreme weight loss. So if I want to maintain my weight and I'm playing, a sport, I need to be eating 3,311 calories, and that's like my bulking calories, or like a little like under my bulking calories. And mild weight loss is 3,061. So it kind of just gets to show you guys how many calories you guys should really be eating. So definitely use this. I'll link it up above for you guys. It's definitely really beneficial. And if you guys are wondering what I'm eating, it's just a post-workout meal. It doesn't include a lot of fat. After my workout, I just have strictly pretty much carbs and protein just to get that fast digestion. So all I have right here is I have 1 container of Greek yogurt, 1 scoop of protein powder, 1 whole chopped banana, and then I'll take a rice cake and then I'll dip it in here and then just munch on that after my workout. But that's it. That's my next tip or suggestion. It's probably the most important tip and suggestion. And also, if you guys are trying to weight gain, especially if your calories are at 3,311, I know how hard it can be to down that many calories. Let me show you guys this. So get yourself some peanut butter right here. Any peanut butter is fine. Try to stay away from Jif, like hydrogenated oils and stuff. It's not really good for you. Milk. 2% whole milk. Milk and freaking peanut butter was like my weight gainer back when I was in high school. Like people would always be like in high school, like, dude, what are you eating? I'm like, milk and peanut butter. It was easy calories, or you'd even toss like honey and toast with, you know, PB and a glass of milk. Definitely a super calorie dense meal that I would always have all the time. It sounds great right now, but we're gonna have, this literally looks like a prison meal. And my fourth suggestion to you guys is be consistent. All right, now I know this is going to be probably the most challenging, if not the most challenging one for you guys. Being consistent was always the most challenging thing for me, and it's still the most challenging thing for me. I mean, my life is changing right now, as you guys have seen over the past like few vlogs, and especially when you're in high school, your life is always changing. You know, things in school are always changing, the classes that you're taking, the sports that you're participating in, so it's very hard to stay consistent. But one thing that you can always stay consistent in, that I tell people, is diet. You can always consume X amount of calories. You just have to find a way to put in those meals. So I would always bring, I would say, I remember like a protein bar and an apple to my third period, just so I could eat every 2 to 3 hours. That's something else that you can implement, is eating, you know, very frequently. All you have to do is literally bring your lunch to school and like a snack, and then when you get home you have another meal. That's pretty easy. That's something that you can figure out on your own. But consistency is probably like the most difficult thing, and you have to realize if you're trying to excel more in a sport, and this is coming from experience, whenever I would try to excel in track more, because I almost got to that point where I could go play college in track, I remember I would have to give like more into, you know, playing the sport and give into, you know, getting really technical with the sport, and then I would have to, you know, spend less time weightlifting. So there is a give and take, you know, and that's something that you kind of have to accept. So if you'd rather, you know, get big in the gym, you got to understand that you're probably not going to excel as well in the sport. So I'm just trying to be real with you guys. I'm just trying to keep it real, just from my experience. Like I remember during my 11th grade year, I really focused in on track when it came around, but prior to that I was on my serious bulk. That was when I was like my 168 pounds, but I got all the way back down to like 150. So just know you're going to fluctuate a whole bunch if you're very inconsistent, but just know if you're consistent, you'll see the results that I saw at first when I stopped playing sports. Now I'm also someone who believes that anything can be done. So if you can prove me wrong and you can play a sport and you can put on size at the same time, I don't doubt you. For example, like there's a whole bunch of college athletes that we see, and when we see them in high school they were super skinny, but all of a sudden they got to the college and then they got to the NFL and all of a sudden they're jacked and stuff. So somehow they can do it. So if they can do it, obviously everything that I'm saying doesn't really like apply, but you have to have like that mentality. You have to be able to figure it out, okay? But just know consistency is everything in this game. That's why I went on a walk right now, but just because I missed my walk this morning, I'm trying to get structure and just be consistent overall in life. And just also consistency will help you a lot later on in life. I'm starting to find out, kind of like a necessity, just being consistent in life with everything. That's just something I'm starting to find out, just something extra I wanted to share with you guys.
Good morning, everybody, and my goodness, I know you guys never ever see me this early. It's about like 5:30 this morning. But fifth and final tip to you guys is weigh yourself every single morning, because it gives you guys your most accurate weight, because your body has had time to process and digest the food from yesterday, and it's also super dehydrated, so you're gonna have your most accurate weight. Okay, so I would do this just to make sure I was on track for gaining weight, and I would say every 2 weeks I was trying to aim for at least 1 to 2 pounds of weight gain when I was seriously trying to gain weight as a teenager. You also have to realize sometimes that you may hit a plateau and you may not be gaining any more weight, but your physique will start to change and your body will start to put on muscle and burn fat at a very, very slow rate. So your body weight may start to not really even increase that much after a while. Something that I used to do too is I used to write it down, because I saw Brandon Harden doing it, just because it helped me to stay consistent, and I kind of got excited to do it. It's just something to kind of maybe, you know, change up your way about weighing yourself. It might get you excited to it, and it might get you excited to do it. But that's going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you guys liked this video. If you guys did, be sure to give it a like. If any of you guys are new here, do not forget to press that subscribe button, because you guys know I will be back. And as always, the sky is the limit. Until next time.
So strong enough.